Right here, in our part of Europe, on the lands of our peoples, and importantly in the memory of people, a confrontation occurs between two forms of attitude towards people, attitude towards society. There is our shared model where people, nations, and cultures matter. And there is a model that has taken root to the east of us, which for centuries has come to our shared home with contempt and with wars against everything that is so valuable to us. Europe has no choice but to choose one of these two models. Only these options exist, freedom or dependence. And our nations know this best. That is why we can be blunt when we say that European protection is insufficient. Every delay has consequences. Belarusians still need to achieve true security of life. So far, Lukashenko's white Spitz, dog, has more rights than the people of Belarus, unfortunately. There was a chance in 2020 to change this, and I'm sure there will be another chance. But at that time, the support for Belarusians was simply insufficient. And now we all feel how much more difficult, more expensive, more dangerous it has become for everyone due to Belarus's dependence on Moscow. A dependence that is not decreasing. That is not decreasing. Operators of Russian jet-powered Shahed drones are operating over Ukraine, including from the territory of Belarus. Communication for strikes is maintained from the territory of Belarus. Russia uses Belarus as a testing ground to blackmail Europe and the world with Oreshnik weapons. Industry in Belarus works for the Russian war, and trade connections help Putin buy components that are needed to build a threat against all of us in Europe. That is why it is important for Europe not to lose any of the peoples who live in freedom. That is why it is critical for Europe not to waste time. That is why all of us in Europe must work every day for a strong Europe. The uprising in Belarus should have succeeded in 2020 to prevent threats from there now. Would not exist. Europe and the world should have supported the people who rebelled, and history would have been different, safer. We can say the same about the January uprising and other people's protests, who were not supported by other states nearby. In the end, history punishes those who remain on the sidelines. The European Union exists, and it is stronger each year. The United States, Canada, Japan are with us, and our appeal for this unity to be 100% effective, not halfway, not just for a few months of the year, not until the next elections in this or that European country, but 100% effectively. Not as much as we don't mind, not as much as we can, but as much as will work. As much as will work. So that there will simply be no more threats to Europe and each of our nations. European politicians must appreciate the fact that they represent free and independent states, that they don't have to be leaders of uprisings against empires or occupiers right now. It's too early to relax in Europe when the Russian war machine hasn't stalled and dictators near Europe do not weaken. They all look at Europe. They look at us as prey. Europe deserves to be strong, to be free, and our slogan together is for our freedom and yours. Will definitely work.